Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sama sambuddhassa. So hello everyone, and welcome to Dharma Basics. So I think for tonight's meditation, I hadn't really decided what we're going to do until I got into the meditation hall here, and it's incredibly cold, so I think we'll do some elements meditation. Normally when we do the elements meditation, we kind of go through all the elements. I think today we'll focus just kind of predominantly on the fire element. There's a decent chance that y'all might be cold too. It's kind of chilly. So I think that's what we'll focus on. And, you know, even if you're not cold, we can focus on the fire element. We can balance it out with the water element. Fire element being any sense of heat or warmth in the body. The water element being any sense of coolness or liquidity in the body. And you can kind of just play with those two. I often jokingly call the elements meditation a Goldilocks meditation, because between wind and earth, you're trying to find not too hard, not too soft, not too heavy, not too light. And then between the water and the fire elements, you're trying to find not too hot, not too cold, just right. So this is a type of meditation that I've personally found to be very engaging, because if you think about when you're in the car, maybe you have the heater on and then it gets too hot, so you roll the windows down, and then it gets too cold and you roll the windows back up and you turn the heat on. And we're always just trying to find that space of comfort. We devote so much of our time trying to make our environment just the way we want it to be. So we're kind of already wired for that. So this type of meditation of adjusting the temperature in the body can be really engaging, because it's something that we try to do with the external world all the time, but we don't really apply it to our internal world or our internal felt sense of the body. So that's what we'll be doing tonight, just working with the heat and the cold in the body, preferably the heat. So with that, I think we could get started. Closing the eyes and taking 3 deep breaths slowly. Just noticing if deep breathing feels good. And if it does, you can keep on breathing in this way. If it doesn't, you can switch it up. Maybe even deeper still or more shallow. In long and out short, or in short and out long. Just adjusting the breath, finding a comfortable pace. Whatever the body really needs in this moment. Once you've found a rhythm and texture of breathing that does feel good, you can just maintain it for a while, softening into it. And as you maintain this breath awareness, you can allow your field of awareness to expand very gently, very slowly, to fill the whole body, up to the crown of the head, out to the tips of the fingers and the toes. Bit by bit with each breath. Breathing in, saturating the body with the breath. Breathing out, filling the body with awareness. Now, as you sit here occupying the body with your awareness, you can slowly begin to shift your focus away from the breath and towards the sensations of the body. In particular, sensations of warmth and of coolness. These fire and water elements. And when you find these pockets of warmth, you can anchor your focus there and see if, just as how you spread the breath through the body, see if you can spread the warmth from these areas out to the cooler areas. And if you want, you can even use a visual anchor of these warm spots being like little balls of sunlight or little fires that you can spread out from that spot to fill the body. And if you want, you can even use the breath to kind of stoke the flames, stoke the warmth. Breathing in, the fire burns hotter, warmer. Breathing out, it grows bigger. But if you find the breath makes it too complicated, you can just stay with the sensations of warmth and continue to spread them. Breathing in, the heat grows warmer. Breathing out, the heat spreads further. Suffusing the body. From the crown of the head down to the soles of the feet, the tips of the fingers. Almost like wrapping the body in a cocoon of sunlight or fire. And with the body suffused with warmth, suffused with the fire element, you can once again take 3 deep breaths. You can slowly begin to open the eyes and stretch if needed. Taking the next few minutes in silence, never in a rush to leave the meditation. So as always, if anyone would like to share how that experience of meditation was for them, I'm always curious to hear. Whether you found it enjoyable, unenjoyable, easy or difficult, or whatever you find yourself sitting with now afterwards. If you'd like to share that in the chat box, it's always appreciated. For myself, the meditation tonight was quite challenging. I didn't sleep that well last night, probably because of all the insane craziness that happened yesterday. So I didn't end up falling asleep until probably 4:30 in the morning. I was just kind of tossing and turning and whatnot. It's just kind of it's a really interesting time that we're living in. Kind of this chaotic, sometimes borderline dystopian times that we're living in. So, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to struggle in the meditation, whether you've been doing this a week, a month, a year, 10 years. There will still be days where it's challenging, difficult, when things don't quite come together. There will be days when you didn't get enough sleep and maybe you start to have mildly vivid hallucinations during the meditation. It happens. Yeah. For those of you I've shared stories with before, you know that my tendency, if I meditate with a lack of sleep, tends to veer towards that. And that was definitely happening a bit tonight. A bit of that sinkhole feeling, a bit of that spiraling feeling. For the parts where I wasn't dissociating with reality, it was pleasant meditation, but otherwise challenging. Roberto shared same. It was good to take a short break from it all. Yeah. I was kind of at the beginning of the class or before the class started, I was kind of at a point where I wanted to just cancel the class because I just wasn't feeling up to it. But as you know, I don't really like to cancel unless there's like a really legitimate reason, which we could argue is legitimate, but not to me. Because I know that as tough a day that I kind of had with everything yesterday, everyone else probably had a tough day with it too. And waking up this morning and realizing that yesterday really did happen, maybe you had a bit of a tough day today too. So I wanted to be able to sit with y'all. So does anyone have any questions or comments or anything like that about this meditation tonight, about Buddhism in general? Yeah. Roberta said, glad to share this time with y'all. I'm glad you're here, man. Sherry shared, I love that you teach us different types of meditation. I liked this meditation because I'm always cold. It took me to the campfire that I used to sit with my grandparents when I was a kid. Yeah, this fire element meditation really can bring up some of those warm memories. And with any of these elements, when we're focusing kind of on a certain aspect of physical sensation, we can have certain predominantly positive memories come up in regards to it. I can't say I've necessarily had negative memory triggers with elements meditation, not like forgiveness or fire recollections. But it's really useful. It's a really useful practice of it's just kind of getting more in touch with these different layers of physical sensation, because what we're working with or working towards with Buddhist practice, with meditation practice, is having this really fully embodied awareness in the present moment. And the thing with breath meditation is that the breath is only one fraction of what the present moment experience is made out of. So when we do these kind of elements meditations, we have the breath or the wind element, along with more of the bodily sensations related with wind, like sensations of lightness or of energy. And then we have the solidity of the body. Oftentimes with the breath meditation, we don't necessarily notice, we focus on the breath, we don't necessarily notice where our body's in contact with the seat or the ground or the solidity of our own bones, or the sensation of liquidity, coolness, or warmth in the body. So with this elements meditation, I mean, tonight we focused predominantly on fire because it's probably like 60 something degrees in this temple. But typically with an elements meditation, we would go through each of these elements, and it just kind of builds more of a flushed out experience, flushed out awareness of the physical experience of the present moment. There's so many facets going on beyond just the in and out breath. I mean, even just within the breath itself, there's the in and out breath, and then there's the kind of oxygen that flows throughout the body. There's the breathing of the pores, all these things that with practice and consistency start to become mildly we start to become mildly aware of, that there's a lot more than just the in and out breath. And this element meditation kind of takes that a step further beyond just the breath and really just fills in our awareness a bit more. It's a bit more solid. I feel a bit more engaging, so it's easier to stay focused on. Plus, we can directly adjust the body to make it a pleasant place to stay so that the mind's more likely to stay with it. Yeah. So if there isn't anything else, we'll probably close up a bit early. Kind of just running on fumes. So next week, I think it'd be pretty beneficial to do forgiveness meditation. Maybe we have some resentment buildup these past couple days or this past year. So we'll do forgiveness meditation next week. Hopefully release our grasp on some of the things that we've been holding on to, because there's not really much of a benefit of holding on to them. It's more of just a habit or a reflex. So I think that with that, we'll close. If comfortable, please join palms for a transfer dedication of merit. May any merit gained from this meditation and discussion be dedicated to all beings in all directions. May they be free from stress and pain. May they feel safe and protected. May we all be free from stress and pain. May we all be safe and protected. May all beings suffering from ignorance be freed from their ignorance. May all beings suffering from anger be freed from their anger. May all beings suffering from their greed be free from their greed. Metta karuna mudita upeka sahanga teya cetasa chaturi sambharatva viharati samabudaro bhavena samadamaro bhavena Samba sangharo bhavena sote hontu nirantaram. Good night, y'all.